Hi, it's Joy, and today we're watching 911 Lone Star Season 5, Episode 11, Impact. I know they have teased some big dramatic events to see out the show, and I am concerned about that, especially as I really hope we get time to spend with these characters if this is gonna be the last time we see them. I mean, next week is the last time we see them, but you know what I mean. I do love this show. I adore these characters beyond anything. I'm very happy for Marjan after the last episode. A reminder that you can find the unedited version of this reaction on my Patreon, and let's go.
Meltdown imminent.
Oh my lord.
Core shut down reactor immediately.
Owen?
Core temperature too high.
What is going on?
Meltdown. Nuclear meltdown in 10,
What is going on?
2, 1.
What is going on? Have I missed an episode? Oh
my
good.
God, this is terrible.
Babe, you need to relax.
How am I supposed to relax? I
He's
just
very,
FaceTime
very
Jonah
stressed.
at that boarding school that Enzo sent him to, and I mean, we could give him our room.
We're not giving him our room.
I
But
think
babe,
my
he's not gonna
loves,
have privacy.
You will when we finish these bookshelf partitions.
you need to move into a bigger place, especially when he gets older, but
What if she thinks our aesthetic is too severe for a child?
TK worries. I understand and relate.
She's going to care about all the love we have for Jonah.
I sure hope so.
I know so.
I hope so too.
This is where your brother is going to grow up.
I mean, I would let them
We're going to
have
be
Jonah.
a family.
Okay.
I'm gonna miss
So
them
why
so
can't we get a
much.
dog again? Nancy, do you not want to get married to me?
I don't want to get married to anyone.
This is the conversation you
I don't-
probably should have.
believe in marriage. I don't think that you and I need rings to prove that we're each other's person.
I mean, that's a
I hear
perfectly
you.
valid way to feel.
Right. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
But if marriage is important to him, that's a conversation to
freaking
have
out?
as well.
Because you snaked it from me.
What's your problem?
Mateo, let
Hey,
him
babe,
take it.
Tail, let's just get another.
I don't want another plan, okay?
What?
Huh?
Oh, I'm gonna kick your little.
Mateo.
You said let it go.
Mateo, what are you doing?
Hey, just stay down, bro, okay? Look. Oh, yo.
Whoa, dude!
Get back, the both of you.
Okay.
You're under arrest for assault.
Dude, are you making a citizen's arrest right now?
You swung first.
Yeah. Tell it to the judge.
Why you don't hit people, Mateo?
Hey, Cap. Hey, Paul, what's up?
Though he
Not
did
much. Just wanted to
start
let you know
the
that Nancy
fight.
just called and said,
Hey, I thought you said it wasn't hurting.
He said it was fine. I'm used to pain.
Yeah, you sound like someone who's made a habit out of it.
Yeah, not always by choice.
Sweetheart.
Okay, they're out.
Oh!
I thought you killed the power and it's gonna crush them.
Well done.
You're gonna trend for sure.
Hell yeah.
Oh god, kids never learn. Like, this should be the learning experience. You want to help this kid, don't you?
I think this is adorable. Who doesn't love a race car bed?
I told you she'd like it.
You need to move in to a bigger house or a bigger apartment. Like, there's not room here for Jonah to grow, my darlings. It's good short term. I love the short term of it all. And like, of an evening, if you guys want to stay up watching TV, you can't. Jonah's sleeping.
And your father?
Didn't really show it, especially when I first came out. But he did, in the end. He was a very loving
I
man.
love that we're just being
He was a great
honest.
dad.
Not trying to like sugarcoat
Okay.
anything.
Do you think it could have contributed to your drug use later on? Sometimes addiction develops as a response to trauma.
This is not the time or place.
I see you.
I got hooked on pills after a bike accident. It had
Thank you for
nothing
finally
to do
giving
with
us
my
the
parents,
explanation
who
for
were
what
amazing,
happened.
by the way. I mean, they saved my life.
I'm just glad they finally
TK has
told
been
us
sober for 5 years.
how he
Yes, I
became
see
good.
you wrote that here.
Is that gonna disqualify us?
Not if you're willing to submit to random drug testing.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course.
Then you should be fine.
Good.
Congratulations.
That was my
on
only worry,
5
that they
years,
try and
by the
hold
way.
that against them.
I'm in recovery myself. So walk me through a typical day's work for you.
Oh god.
Well, that's.
What about you, Carlos? As a Texas Ranger, you must have your fair share
So
of
is she gonna, are they gonna be told they can't have Jonah because they both have 2 high-risk jobs?
adventures.
Well,
I think I have everything I
I'm
need.
worried that now their jobs are gonna be the disqualifying thing.
so
I can't place them in a home where both adoptive parents are involved in such
I was
dangerous
worried
work.
about this.
Heroic as it may be. I'm sorry.
But I'm sorry, the alternative is he grows up in a boarding school without a family. That's pretty traumatic too, knowing he has people that would have him.
I might finally be turning that corner.
Good.
Please.
That's good.
Oh, she's not got good news.
And yet you say it like it's not.
It looks like it's already started a small bleed. If it grows another millimeter, it's going to rupture. There's no surgery for something that close to your heart.
What the fuck?
What am I looking at? Weeks? Less.
What the fuck?
It's impossible to say.
There's got to be a way to deal with this.
Should I be calling them to come home?
I think that's for the best.
What the fuck? What miraculous thing is going to cure this? Because I refuse.
And he totally started it.
We know.
Thank God.
That guy's
As a dreamer, I'm sure you're aware any unlawful actions puts your DACA status in jeopardy.
Yeah,
You
how
take all
much
attacks on law enforcement extremely seriously.
how
no
much
matter who
good
started it.
he's
That's
done.
crazy.
During the severity of the incident, we've had to make a very difficult decision.
It wasn't severe at all.
What decision?
This letter is to notify you of the process of removal.
He's a
If you leave the country
firefighter. The
voluntarily,
amount of
you'll
good
be
he
allowed
has
to reapply
done.
for legal. I'm saying we're deporting you, Mr.
He's
Chavez.
as American as everyone else here. Well, he and Nancy might need to get married now. I don't know if it would even work in this situation.
What to tell you, man? You don't get likes playing it safe.
That's kind of what I want
And
to
you
talk to you
might
about.
die. Is
You
it
know, of
this
all the videos I've
desperate
seen,
need
you
to
know which one
get...
was the most concerning to me?
Grocery cart on the highway. Nobody cares about me. Everybody looks up to you.
First of all, I care about you. And I'm also trans.
What? You? No way.
I wasted so much time trying to prove who I was to everybody else,
Instead of just
trying to
being...
justify my existence. But I don't have to do that. We do not have to do that.
You don't. Oh, I'm really scared for you and the
But
way
believing that we
America's
do
going and the world
is
is following right
dangerous.
now.
You are enough.
Thanks. Thanks for saying that.
He really means it, sweetheart.
Well, we're on that.
I met with my lawyer. I went over the contract. I've accepted.
Hot damn.
So they knew the show was ending then, didn't
Hey,
they?
this time there's nothing.
Yeah, wow.
I don't like this because, like, I feel like we're really going to be... I mean, maybe by the end of this, Owen will choose to stay. There's still, like, another episode and a half. Tommy is going to get miraculously healed. I refuse anything else on that front. But, like, I feel like we're really kind of breaking up the family in a lot. I mean, obviously, you can still be a family and love each other, even if you're not literally working together every day. Like, I do understand that. But when shows end, I want to just picture them carrying on as I knew them. Whereas at this point, I feel like TK and or Carlos, but probably TK, is going to decide to cut back on work, if not stop working, to be there for Jonah or something. Like, Tommy... They seem to be trying to kill off, though she's gonna make it through. I don't believe Mateo's gonna get deported. I refuse, but who fucking knows? Like, Owen's off to New York. Like, things aren't gonna be the same, and it makes me sad.
When you start.
In a month.
Have you told anyone, including
Kev,
your son?
I'm a little worried how the gang's gonna take it.
Me too. I'm worried how I'm taking
It'll
it.
be hard for him, but
We're a
they're all gonna be
family.
proud of you.
And who's
I
gonna be
know
the
I
new
am.
captain? They're gonna change everything around here.
Thanks, Judd.
Because I don't think Paul's been
Boy,
a
the New
lieutenant
York
long enough.
Times.
I refuse to accept this.
Julius there?
Yeah, he's outside. Do you want us to get him?
No.
No, we don't have the actor.
No, it's fine.
I guess he met her on tour or something. We have backstage passes.
It's
Oh,
amazing.
she doesn't want to take that from her babies.
Don't worry, we'll send you selfies. So what's going on?
But if you're not going to make it through the week, you need to take it from your babies, because as a mum, you just want them to have the best time ever and know that they're living their dream and having everything. But if you die while they're at that concert or before they're able to get you because of the concert, they will always feel guilty and carry that with them, even if it's what you wanted for
What?
them.
Yep.
Mommy, don't be alone. Call
Yeah,
someone to
everything's
talk to
fine.
them, please.
Fine.
Grace should
I
be
was
here.
missing you, girl. And I love you very much. Very much.
We love you too, Mom.
Send me those selfies.
They love you so much. I hate this. You shouldn't be alone. Please call somebody. Like, Grace should have fucking come home when Tommy got cancer, if not for her own family.
You always did look so beautiful when you cried.
What a weird thing to say, Ghost of Charles. God, I mean, I don't like when shows do this. Like, is she sleeping? Is she dreaming? Is she hallucinating? Has she just died and she's seeing him?
No, you're a hallucination.
You really should call 911 because something terrible is happening.
Stress.
People don't hallucinate whole-blown people unless something's very wrong. I mean, she needs him. She needs to not be alone. She needs someone to hold her. And I wish she would call a real person.
I'm gonna make you something.
Like, is she dead? And she's dreaming.
It all happens as it should.
You are unconscious dreaming right now.
What about the girls?
The girls are strong.
It all happens as it should. Yeah, the girls deserve to be orphaned at 13, 14. Yeah, Tommy, someone who's only ever done good and helped people in her life. She deserves to die young. Like, I hate that. It all happens as it should nonsense. This is a dream, and she's going to get a call from the doctor that she was wrong, and the tumours are shrinking. I'm glad if she's dying, she's at peace, but what is happening? Right by the chair where he died. All I'm thinking about right now is Tommy, and I want to focus on the rest of them, but I can't.
I'm actually in recovery now.
Oh, Chad, I didn't know, man.
In that sense, you know, what kind of makes us
Like brothers.
like brothers, yeah.
You've always been since season 1, my loves.
You know how in the program they say that we just got to do the next
They're
right
letting them
thing.
talking to each other
With
for
this
a while,
whole Jonah
finally.
deal.
Too much horrible stuff is happening. Like, is Tommy unconscious or dead? And has Mateo talked to anyone?
Captain, you want to get TK and the rest of the EMS?
Sure thing.
Who is the rest of the EMS? And also, I mean, Owen, I love that you treat everyone here as a family. I do. And I also love that, like, initially when you came down here, part of the main reason why you chose to come down here was for TK to take him out of New York, give him, like, a fresh start, be there for him all the time. I get that. And TK is doing great right now. Like, technically right now he's not doing so great, but in his life, he's doing great. He's happy. He's sober for 5 years. I don't think it has been 5 years. Unless we aren't counting when it wasn't his choice, because it wasn't his choice. But when he was like, I'm back to day 1 of recovery. That must be that, like, Carlos is like, that's nonsense. He didn't take it by choice, and then he managed to stay sober afterwards. Good. So, like, he's doing great. But I still think maybe you should tell TK first before you tell everybody, because, like, your family. Like, everyone's a family, but he's considering, like yeah.
The whole squad must be serious.
Who are all these people? If you don't think it's the right choice, you can change your mind.
I have something that
Oh,
I need to say. It may be hard
nuclear
for me to
alarm's
get
gonna
through.
go off, isn't it?
You saved by the bell.
I don't think so.
Nope.
Asteroid threat to Austin in approximately 1 hour.
Asteroid?
This is not a drill.
Either it kills everybody or it kills nobody. Either way, people are going to be freaking out.
What would you even do in that? Because it's not like... can you get away in time?
City officials are...
Oh, this man is like, I'm a prepper. I am prepped for this. I mean, we've got a fucking nuclear thing happening as well.
Hey, Cap, I think I found the edge.
Jesus Christ.
All right,
I mean, I'm confident that this asteroid is going to break up and hit the hill country, but I'm stressed.
Cover!
Cap, I'm losing him. I'm losing him.
No one's going to check on Tommy with all this going on.
Yeah.
No! What have you done?
Well, we saved your life.
Until the meteor hits.
Well, you would have been dead either way.
Now what am I gonna do?
We don't know what's going to happen when this rock hits, but it's probably not going to be good.
I can't imagine how terrified everyone
Everybody
is
else
feeling.
gets to go home. I just wanted to take a second to say thank you. There's no group I'd rather be with at a time like this.
Yeah, so you shouldn't
Right
go to
back
New
at you,
York.
Cap.
Hey, this is our family. Hey, 126 forever.
126 forever.
All right, so go call your loved ones, do what you need to do.
What was your announcement?
Don't worry about it.
Has he changed his mind? Because I hope so. Like, facing your death can make you realize. I can't even imagine the fear.
Hi, Charlie girl.
Oh.
Honey, you know how much Daddy loves you?
To the moon.
To the moon and back.
And more than that too, I reckon.
Bye-bye.
Air up at the heavens and surrender.
Fucking hell.
Either way, we will all learn our fate.
Son.
Dad.
Let's go.
I'm scared, Paul.
We're all scared.
Me too, kid. And God bless Texas.
He's clearly not blessing Texas, is he? He's sending an asteroid right at it. It broke up in the atmosphere, right? I mean, it's gonna break up in it's either the impact isn't gonna be as bad as you think it's gonna be, or it's gonna break up in the atmosphere. But in breaking up in the atmosphere, something about it is gonna trigger the problem with the nuclear plant, right? It's gonna hit the nuclear plant or something, and that's why we got the beginning of this episode with the nuclear plant. I genuinely feel like about halfway through this episode, my brain just stopped functioning, and all I could think about was Tommy, and no one has gone to see Tommy. Why is no one checking in on Tommy? And it kind of took me out of fully feeling everything else. Like, I think if Tommy had just been sitting at home watching Bridgerton, had she turned up at the firehouse to be with him for the end of the world or whatever, I would be like crying my eyes out, because even though like I have a degree of belief that like the majority of the characters are going to survive, so they're hopefully all of them, touch wood, but like I don't think the asteroid is going to wipe out Austin, but like I still know that they don't know that, and like them all just sitting there watching as this thing comes towards them, knowing that hearing the countdown, it's 30 minutes, it's 20 minutes, like the fear you would be feeling in that moment, it would get me. But I'm just so like, what is happening with Tommy? And then my brain is just spiraling with that of like, we watched her die, right? Because like she was with her husband, and then she closed her eyes, and then the ticking stopped, aka she's died. But then like no one found her, no one saw that she was dead yet, so that makes me have like stupid denial hope that she's going to be okay. I'm very stressed. Like other than that, I would say it was a really good episode. Other than Tommy's death, I don't like character deaths. I don't like character deaths at all. I think the world we live in is bleak and dark enough as it is without needing to do it. It was bad enough when it was characters like Tim or Gwyn, because although like they were and Gabriel, they were characters I still don't like. I hated the timing of the Gabriel one in particular. Although they were characters we loved and we cared about, they weren't like the main characters. Like I don't like it when it's random side people, but I can deal with it more. Whereas like Tommy is one of our main characters. Her girls, like I can't. And the only way she can possibly be alive is if the doctor was wrong and the tumor was just swollen and it immediately started shrinking as soon as after the second the scan was taken, that tumor was shrinking again. So it didn't threaten the aorta and she's going to be fine, and she just fell asleep. Like, but that is not what just happened, and I am in denial and I refuse. I am like a couple of episodes ahead of my mum. She is watching it in time with the UK, and we have a thing with shows that I'm not reacting to if she's ever ahead of me with anything, which she never is, because I eat, breathe, sleep TV. But when I watch a show like this that we both love, if a main character dies, I warn her about it, and then she chooses if she wants to keep watching or not, and I know for a fact she will not watch the end of the show if Tommy is dead. So that is also like playing in my mind, because I adore this show so much. Though I will be furious with the writers if they have just killed Tommy off, because there is no need. Though, like, do they not see the world we live in and how bleak and depressing it is? Can we not have miracles on TV, good times on TV? I really feel like this is going to end with the end of the world, but not the literal end of the world. The end of the world as in the end of the world as we know it. I feel like the conversation TK had with Judd about what he's going to do with Jonah and do the next right thing. Well, the next right thing is to say, I'll stop working and I'll be a stay-at-home dad for my son. If they can afford that, but my brother, if they can afford that financially. Carlos just joined the Rangers. TK was the one that really pushed to have this kid, so I feel like of the two of them, he probably would be the one that would stop working if that really, or change jobs. Even though I think like being a paramedic, being a first responder is so hugely integral to who TK is. Maybe he trained to be a 911 operator, so he's still kind of doing it, but not. I don't know, or go into a different line of work where he helps keeping him in recovery, or still basically still helps people, still gets to have that part of him, but it isn't life and death every day, so that would pass the adoption people's quota. I am really like, if it wasn't for them killing Tommy, and I'm in denial about that still, like, otherwise I would be crying, like, I'm in such denial right now. I would say this was a very, very good episode because we touched on so many things I've been wanting. We had Judd and TK talking for the first time in 7,000 years, and you know, in season 1 in particular, they had such like their like back and forth of their relationship, their brothers of it all. Obviously, when TK became a paramedic and a lot of his plotlines became around Carlos, it was less so, which makes sense. But I missed it. We found out what caused TK's addiction, because that has been something that I have puzzled over. Like, it doesn't change anything. It doesn't take away from his recovery. It doesn't make it any more his fault, less his fault. Whatever the story was going to be, it would still be fine. But the way I have wanted to know for so long just what caused this, where did it start, and now we do. We had Nancy and Mateo talking about their future. Then, of course, Mateo fighting with a random man over a plant. And now his status is up in the air. I mean, given the administration that has just come into power, I fear for him, for Paul, for pretty much most of these characters actually have something about them that I fear for with this current administration. But Nancy doesn't want to get married, but if she and Mateo did get married, would he be able to stay? Or would the fact that they've revoked his DACA status and then he gets married, would they be like, oh, that's a not legal marriage and you only did that for that? But Mateo getting deported would be a terrible way to end this. Tommy being dead is a terrible way to end this. I mean, TK not working, if the show is ending, at least it doesn't mean I don't see him anymore, but it is a bit like devastating in a lot of ways, because I just want to picture I want Owen to stay working at the firehouse. I want all of them there. My one hope in terms of stopping this change is when they were saying there's no one else I'd rather be with, and like, oh, you know, we're a family, that Owen might change his mind and retract his acceptance and choose to stay. But it's also such a big career move, and he can help so many people if he does go back to New York. And Nick, New York was his home for the longest time. Not that he's ever mentioned a single friend that he had in New York since he moved to Texas, but that's not the point. I can't even think about Tommy right now. I can't think about anything. Like, it's just so stressful, and so they really found a way to pack in so many character moments in this episode while still having the rescues and the high stakes. It was such a good episode. It was kind of, other than Tommy dying and Mateo being deported, that hasn't happened yet, and I'm in denial about Tommy. It was the kind of episode I've been wanting all season. I feel like we've had a glimpse, like, none of the episodes have been bad, but like, so I feel like it's missed some of the heart that this show has had for so long, and why I love it so much. And this episode had that in spades, and now I'm stressed, and all I can think about is Tommy, and all I can think about is their faces that asteroid hit, and I'm not okay. Can an asteroid in the atmosphere cure cancer? Maybe that's something we haven't had. You see me next week, I've cured cancer, it's asteroids in the sky. I'm so fucking stressed. I'm really sad as well. I need next week's episode right now, and I also don't know if I'm ever going to be prepared for it. Reminder that you can find the unedited version of this reaction on my Patreon, and thank you so much for watching.